Race number 8, and not a bad field coming up here either, with a first and only start winner amongst them. It's a Class 4 over the 1400 metres. Bulletproof is on the class drop. All wins have been this grade, but 1600 metres plus. Forerunner is that first start winner. He carries an extra £8 for it. The Hulk is up in trip from the 12 to the 1400 metres. Kazi Farazi's a last start winner. Extra £4 on his back, and he did win back-to-back back in 2019. Young Victories plus £11 for a senior rider. Romantic Lau up in trip after his first start. Run Buddies had one start for a second. Strongest Boy comes up with a better draw, and Gallant Hero, the one-eyed blinker and the crossover noseband come off, and Smiling Moon cheek pieces off. Nick replaced by the blinkers.
And he'll carry a very lightweight as well. Let's have a look at the pace and the speed map here. Good to slow, possibly. Gang of Brothers, one that might just want to go forward. He has been leading in his last couple of starts. He's drawn 10 though, so he's going to have to cross one or two. Run Buddy won't be too far away. Romantic Lau, another one, and Smiling Moon perhaps caught a little bit deep. Young Victory, I think, could get a nice run into the race here. He's drawn a good gate in 3 there, Tom, for Lyle Hewitson, and Vanquisher is a newcomer.
Yeah, we're Gang of Brothers. He's coming back in trips. I think that's going to help him. Run Buddy had a good run on debut. He's drawn handy here. Smiling Moon, he hasn't done a lot, and he's close to a class drop. Golden Bull, he's normally been handy, but he's got a difficult draw to overcome. And Helene Wisdom Star, we know what he does, gets back and runs on at the end.
Hugh Bowman produced a Bowman special on Forerunner to make it 1 from 1. These are his thoughts to think if you remain unbeaten in race number 8.
Hugh, Forerunner did a pretty good job on debut, I imagine. That was the first time you would have sat on him. Impressed by that win?
I was impressed. He gave me a good feel. He's a horse that still lacks a little bit of physical strength, so there's good improvement in him. But he's a very sensible horse. He did everything beautifully. He had a good draw, which he's got the advantage of again. So, you know, there's no reason why he can't come out and win, lose or draw, go better than he did first up.
The nature of the performance, Hugh, he got himself a way back and obviously had to sort of weave his way through horses. I guess if there was a perfect introduction per se, I guess that was nearly it, 'cause he would have learnt plenty.
Yeah, he did, but you know, he's a horse that he's got a few gears, and I would suggest he's got a few rating points up his sleeve. So obviously you'd like to think he's going to improve on what he did, but he did everything really well. Got to the front easily. I thought he idled a bit when he got to the front. So yeah, it's all upside for him, and with the advantage, as I said, of a good draw, he should, you know, get a really nice run once again.
Having those points up his sleeves, potentially, he might just need them. He's gone up £8, but you're confident he can carry that forward?
Well, I thought it was a pretty dominant win, and, you know, I'm still learning about the rating system myself, so, you know, I'm as interested as everyone else to see how he does progress from his first up run, but, you know, I thought he had a bit up his sleeve.
Form looks good. The runner-up won next time out as well.
Yeah, he did, and, yeah, so it's a nice race, but in saying that, he had a very good run. You know, it was a really good rhythm he got into. He came through, didn't have to go around any horses, and he did let down very well, but he didn't have to work too hard for it. So let's hope the same thing happens.
Stays at 1400 metres. Do you think that's his trip for the time being?
I think, well, he proved first up, but I can see him getting over further. You know, I think he'll be very effective over a mile and possibly even a bit further, but, you know, it's a good distance range to be comfortable at here in Hong Kong, and opens up a lot of options for him.
Confident sounding Hugh Bowman Forerunner, our first replay. Our second one, Tom, features Kazi Farazi. What start's he up to this weekend? He's up to start number 56. He's a 6-time course and distance winner. Yeah, and he was at 12 to 1 last time out when he scored. He's put on weight, so I think it's probably a positive for him. He's won off a mark of up to 65 in the past, so he's still a well-rated horse here as Kazi Farazi. Helene Wisdom Star makes ground, and Nick and Gang of Brothers, I think, certainly more suited coming back to the 1400 here. Yeah, look, good old Kazi Farazi's done a super job, hasn't he? And he's clearly proving himself no back number. And Helene Wisdom Star keeps running on from the back of the field. He just runs out of time to get there, doesn't he? He does indeed, and he's been all over the place as far as distances go. Young Victory, Nick, this is his distance, 1400 metres. It is, yeah. Two-time course and distance winner from 7. Only beat one home in an easy recent trial, so I wouldn't read a great deal into that. But he's drawn a good gate here. Look, no claim this time around. Angus Chung's been riding him and winning on him. Lyle Hewitson rides this time around, so he's got £11 more to carry, but
he is a horse in form, and good luck to the racing club.
Yeah, that's what turned me off a little bit, was the extra weight that he's got to carry this time around. He pretty much had every chance here behind an informed horse, Morado, so I've left him out here.
Okay, no young victory for Tom. Run Buddies had one start for a second. Can he go one better in this?
Yeah, well, I had him in the tips first up, this horse, Run Buddy, and I thought he was quite effective here, only beaten 1 3/4 behind Compassion Spirit. He had a nice run. He should get a similar run again from the same draw of barrier number 2, and Zach Purton goes on board. So you're not going to get a huge price around him this time round, Nick, but there's scope for definite improvement.
Absolutely, Tom, there is, and he's certainly not going to be that price, is he, this time around? Good draw. Zach Purton going on board. Zach and Frankie Law just under 13% their strike rate this season, so by Zach and Frankie's very high standards, that's probably not what you'd expect, but they have had winners, of course.
All right, they can further improve on that a little bit there with a win for that horse, Run Buddy. Romantic Cloud, this was a really good-looking trial, Nick.
It was, yeah, really nice nice trial from this guy, and look, he could be a very interesting runner in this race. So, look, you'd certainly want to keep him somewhere on side, I think.
Yeah, I did like the trial of this horse, and so I'm going to put him in. Zach Purton was on board for the trial, but he's opted to with the Run Buddy here, whether he had the choice or not. I'm not sure if it was a prior booking, but being out of a Zabiomir by pins, the further the better, I say, 1,400 metres here, he'd definitely stretch out to a mile, 1,800 metres.
Vanquisher, Tom, has had the 4 trials, actually failed to pass at his first trial, then ran 9th, then ran 2nd, and then he wins this one, but he was worked on all the way down the straight.
Yeah, he was. So the horse next to him is Sugar, of course, who came out and won midweek in good style. £1,185, and Angus Wheeling for $50,000, trialled at Balaclava in Australia there, and I'm just happy to see what he does off this trial.
Yeah, look, I mean, as you say, pushed out in the trial. He's clearly learning on the job, and he's related to sprint winners, one of them being Totally Charmed. He won 8 times, so good family, but he might just need this run, I think.
Okay, watch on Vanquisher. It's not a bad field, though, Tom.
No, it's not a bad field, this one. I'm going to go with Run Buddy off his first run there. I think he can improve further. Same draw, Zach Purton on the board, so take another chance with him, but no 30-1 quote this time round. Got number 9, Romantic Lowen, 4 runner now. Some of those Class 4 restricted race form lines have been very hard to follow. Fast Buck, of course, has come out and won, so that one might be half useful, but some of the other ones have been terrible to try and follow. And Golden Bull gets another chance here, but he is drawn wide to 10, 9, 2 and 5.
Yeah, I certainly agree with Tom regarding that restricted race form as we've seen so far this season. But I think this race might just differ to that because, as he alluded to there, the runner-up has won since, and hopefully Forerunner can go on with it. So I've put him on top here for Hugh Bowman and Benno Young. Run Buddy can improve on that first run, and if he does so, he should go close to nearly winning this. Young Victory goes in as well. Look, this is a tougher ask with a bit more weight, but he is in form. And Gallant Hero, for me, is an interesting runner. He's 30-1. He's got ability. He doesn't quite know how to channel it, but once he learns what the racing game's all about, he can run well once again. 2, 10, 7 and 13.
Race number 8 being the third last is the first leg of Saturday afternoon's treble.